Hello and welcome back to another Brew.0 tech tutorial. This is the third in the series in creating your CHS literacy portfolio. And this is just going to be a quick video to show you some of the customization features in the Google Sites application. What you're looking at now is my portfolio so far. I've got all the basics. I've got my About Me. I've got a picture of myself here. Of course, that's not me. That's Susie. And I've got all of my grade tabs here. And if you go to 12th grade, since I'm not in 12th grade, you'll see that I've added a little filler text there. But in 9th grade, I've started adding some papers. And if we go and look at these papers, we'll see that I have my reflection and my really nice embedded essay here. And if we go and check world history, it all looks really nice so far. But the format here is just a little bit boring. This gray background I'm kind of tired of, and I'm not so sure I like the different typefaces. The nice thing about Google Sites is that it gives you the opportunity or the chance to do some customization without really throwing everything into chaos. One of the easiest things you can do to customize your site and make it look a little prettier is to change this banner image here. It starts with this gray, basic gray image. You can upload your own. If you do that, that would be great. Just make sure that it's not too busy. But Google also has some here in the gallery, and they let you search for some also. But let's just see if we can find one that we like here. This is kind of a nice one here, or maybe this. This is a writing portfolio. So here is your laptop and your coffee. You can click that. And one neat thing about this is that it'll adjust the background so that your writing here stays really easy to see. And you can see that you'll do that. If you want them all to be the same, I think that you can tell, and this will change it to that. And so you really could change the banner image for each of the projects to make it indicative of the project. Maybe in your world history class, you want to make the banner a map. You can go to your Google Drive, or you can even do a little search for a map. And if you see one that maybe is a pretty map you want to include, that one's kind of neat. Click that. All you want to make sure of is that once you add something, it doesn't distract us from the whole thing, and that everything is still readable, so we can still see really easily these words, even though we've added a map to the background. So that's one customization. The other thing you can do is to change themes. You notice that there's only a few sizes of text, and you can't change the font. If you don't like the font that you have, the way to change the font is to come over to themes and to look through some of the different font styles. And the nice thing about this is that Google really kind of limits you on purpose. It doesn't let you choose Comic Sans or Wingdings or any really silly or ugly fonts. It keeps the fonts pretty simple, which is important in a professional product, that you don't have anything that's distracting you from the main purpose of the document that you're creating. But there's some different fonts for each. You can also change the color scheme, which doesn't seem to change anything, although I'll show you what that does in a minute. You can change the whole thing, so you have some different formats. I kind of like that box, and they occasionally are adding to these, but you'll notice that this is pretty limited. You can see here now that this color changing will change the setup there. This is pretty limited, but it does give you an opportunity to kind of make this your own and to find something that speaks to you. I like this box, and I like this serif font here, so I'll leave that here. Another thing you can do to add a little bit of flair is that each of these panels here acts as its own separate little thing. And if you look here, this section background, you can change the section background to add some emphasis, and this will change based on what you choose for your theme. And so that's pretty with the blue, and it even tinted my background blue. And if you'll notice that this applies to the whole site, so that once you choose one of these themes, it really does change the whole site layout, and you can choose to change things like that. It's possible to overuse these, and certainly you can see that if I were to add a picture, a different picture here, it would work, but boy, does it not really look very nice. It's getting way too busy. It's very difficult, as you see here, to read this text, and my site is just getting too busy. So I like to keep the header as the only image, and maybe use some color in the background of some of your text to make an emphasis. Here you can also, if you so choose, decide that really for this, for these pages, we just don't really need a banner, that we could just keep it really simple like that. And for some people, that might be even better, to keep your lines nice and clean. And those are some of the ways that you can customize your website. Like I said, you don't want to make this really busy. Really, your ideas should show through the most in your reflections and the products that you show. If you're making this this portfolio with a lot of flashy pictures and GIF images and videos that play automatically, what you're really doing is distracting your reader from what's important, or what ought to be important, which is you as a writer and the products that you've created in high school. So there you go, your guide to making your portfolio your own. Remember at the end to publish your changes, and when we refresh this page, we'll see that our site has transformed. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.